Hello guys, and today we're going to talk about another question type in the IELTS reading section, and this question is called matching features. For this question, we're also going to use the same technique we used in the previous question, which is called labeling or annotation. And it's a very effective technique to get the answer quickly. The first step is to understand the question. And this question is basically asking you to look at questions 7 to 10 here and the list of groups in this box. What we need to do is to match the features to the groups in the box. In this case, we have to match each item with the group which first invented or used them. Here we have black powder, rocket-propelled arrows for fighting, rockets as war weapons, and rocket launcher. And here we have the Chinese, the Indians, the British, the Arabs, the Americans. It would be easier to find these words in the passage rather than finding the sentences. So we're going to look for the Chinese, Indians, British, Arabs, and Americans. So we're going to quickly skim through the paragraphs and try to find these words. And reading through this paragraph, we see the words Chinese listed in more than one location, right? We also find the word Arabs. And basically, we didn't find the words Indians, British, or Americans in this paragraph, so I'm not going to be looking for any of them here. Since we find the words Chinese, we're gonna, anything that from these guys we find in this paragraph is going to be invented by the Chinese or Arabs, since we have this word also here. Alright, so we're going to look for black powder, and sometimes it's easy to find. You find in the first line here the word black powder. The invention of black powder, most historians of technology credit the Chinese with its discovery. So the discovery of black powder is credited to the Chinese. So it's easy to tell that the answer in these lines, we have the information that Arabs had developed the egg which moves and burns, but actually we don't have this as an option here. So we're not really going to bother finding the answer about the Arabs. So we're going to move on to the next paragraph, and I was able to find the words Europeans, India, right? The British, and the Americans. So you find these words, actually the Mexicans, but really we don't have Mexicans here. So we're going to focus on what we have here. Alright, so in this paragraph here, or in this section, we can find the answer to rocket-propelled arrows for fighting, and we can find that they were invented by the Chinese, because this paragraph mainly is talking about the Chinese. Another weapon was the arrow as flying, sabre, which could be fired from crossbows, the rocket placed in similar position to other rocket-propelled arrows was designed to increase the range. So basically we're talking about the Chinese here, and it's intuitive to know that the invention of this came from the Chinese. So right next to the number 8, we're going to write A, Chinese. Now we're going to try to find the inventor of rockets as war weapons. And here we have to pay attention that sometimes IELTS likes to confuse students and give them not the first answer but the second answer to be correct. So in the first paragraph here, it was not until the 18th century that Europe became seriously interested in the possibilities of using the rocket itself as a weapon of war. Notice that here it says that they became interested in using the weapon, but it doesn't clearly say that they used it, right? And here in this sentence, the incentive for more aggressive use of rockets came not from within the European continent, so it did not come from the British, but from far away India. So here's the trick that IELTS likes to play, is to give you the answer either second or last, not the first. Try to avoid the first option. Alright, so the answer to 9 is going to be the Indians, B. The last one is relatively easy, and it's going to come from most likely the Americans, because we have the word here and we have the rocket launcher. Sentence reads, the Americans developed a rocket complete with its own launcher. Right? So this is the answer for number 10, and it's going to be E. So to summarize, this type of question will ask you to match features to groups, and then the first step that you should do is to write annotations or labels for the keywords in each paragraph, and this is going to help you find the answer more quickly. Here are the answers for the questions 7A, 8A, 9B, and 10E. Thank you so much for watching, and in the next lesson I'm going to talk to you about another type of questions in the reading passage for IELTS, and it's going to be matching headings rather than matching features. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Thank you.